My dear students, today we are going to learn about the basics of human digestive system. This also comes under multidisciplinary course. You know that digestion requires digestive tract and digestive glands. And let us list out what are the parts that are present in the digestive tract of human being. So here you can see the digestive system of the human being, and it starts with mouth and ends with anus. Any digestive system that starts with mouth and ends with anus is called complete digestive system. This complete digestive system is found in human beings. And it starts with mouth and it continues like that. Let me show the different parts. Here you can see. And mouth, it starts with mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, jejunum, ileum, colon, and rectum, which opens through anus. So it is starting with mouth and ending with anus. So here you can see mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, jejunum, ileum, colon, rectum, and anus. Let us see what are the basic structures of these different parts. Here you can see the mouth. Mouth is a slit that is present in the face, and it is guarded by lips. And the cavity that is present in the mouth is called oral cavity. The upper part of the oral cavity, that means the roof of the oral cavity, is called palate. And you can find different structures associated with the oral cavity. And here you can find the teeth. And the tongue is also found. You know that the tongue contains taste buds. It is common sense. Tongue contains taste buds. It acts like a universal toothbrush. Tongue acts like a universal toothbrush. And it mixes the food with the saliva. And the teeth, there are 4 types of teeth in human being, namely incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. The strongest part of your body is present in the form of enamel that is present on the teeth. And here you can find the salivary glands. Salivary glands are present here, and there are 3 pairs of salivary glands in human being. Here below the earlobe, we are seeing one salivary gland. This is called parotid gland, parotid salivary gland. Like that, this is submaxillary sublingual. The gland that is present below the tongue is called sublingual, and the gland that is present at the corner of the jaws is called submaxillary or submandibular. So like that, here there are 3 types of salivary glands, namely parotid, submaxillary, and sublingual salivary glands. And these salivary glands secrete saliva. And saliva gets mixed up with the food, and it digests the starch, converts the same into the maltose. And the next part, here you can see this mouth leads into pharynx. And pharynx is the junction. It is a crossroad for water, food, and air. And the food particles should enter into the esophagus from the pharynx. They should not be allowed to enter into the respiratory tract. So mouth leads into pharynx and it leads into esophagus. That means pharynx leads into esophagus. And from esophagus, so let us go to the diagram. From esophagus onwards, here you can see the esophagus. So this runs like this, esophagus. And this esophagus exhibits certain rhythmic involuntary movements, and these are called peristaltic movements. And this is also called peristalsis, and this peristalsis starts from esophagus and ends with rectum. So it's a continuous process. It is involuntary. And this esophagus leads into the stomach. And here you can see this stomach, which looks like a bean. And this bean-shaped stomach contains 3 parts, namely cardiac stomach, fundic stomach, and pyloric stomach. And you know pretty well that stomach secretes one acid called hydrochloric acid. And this stomach leads into small intestine, which contains 3 parts, namely duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. And here you can find, my dear friends, the liver. And let us go to the diagram of liver. And you can see one bulb-like structure in the liver, and this is called gallbladder. This is called gallbladder. It stores bile. This liver is a chemical factory, and this is the biggest gland of your body. It's a chemical factory. It produces bile, and this bile is stored for some time in the gallbladder. So that is about the structure of the liver and its contribution to the process of digestion. And as I already told, let us recollect. Stomach is divided into cardiac. Here you can see cardiac, fundic, and pyloric stomachs. And in stomach, HCl is produced. In stomach, HCl is produced, and stomach leads into duodenum. Stomach leads into duodenum. Into the duodenum, bile duct from liver opens. That means bile is emptied into the duodenum, and liver is the biggest gland. Gallbladder stores bile. So that is about the associated structures of the duodenum. And let us go to the next part. Duodenum leads into jejunum, and this leads into ileum. Before that, here you can find pancreas. Pancreas are there. This pancreas secrete pancreatic juice, which is helpful for digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, and also lipids. Okay, so in ileum, the digestion is completed. In ileum, the total digestion is completed, and in ileum, you can find certain outgrowths, and these outgrowths are called microvilli, and in this microvilli, the end products of digestion will be simply absorbed. That means the digestion will be completed in the ileum, and in the ileum itself, the digested end products will be absorbed, and later part, in the later phase, they will be mixed up with the blood. So after that, here you can find one just a sentence. This is called vermiform appendix. It is a vestigial organ. Vermiform appendix is a vestigial organ. It is functional in herbivore mammals, and in herbivore mammals, it is responsible for cellulose digestion. And human being, because he can't digest the cellulose, because vermiform appendix is a vestigial organ in him. And undigested waste materials. That means the materials that are not being digested by any enzyme will enter into the next part, that is large intestine, and namely colon and rectum. And the rectum stores the undigested waste material for some time. Later, it pushes, it expels this undigested waste material through anus. And this elimination or this expulsion of undigested waste material through anus is called egestion. So this is about the various parts associated with the digestive system. Now, let me sum up. So human digestive system is a complete digestive system. It starts with mouth. It starts with mouth and ends with anus. And here you can see mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, jejunum, ileum, colon, rectum, and anus. So this is about the human digestive system. Just to mention the names and 1 point for each structure. That is enough. That will fetch you a very good marks in the examination. Thank you very much. Good luck.